America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. I worry every day that we don't recognize what's happening. I worry every day that most Americans really do not see, cannot see, don't want to see the crisis that's unfolding before our eyes every single day right now. Our democracy is under attack. The very fabric of this country is under attack. I feel like, and I felt this way during the campaign, I have felt this way. Good morning, MAGA. Come on and tune in. I love that. Start right away with my monologue. You suck, Benedict Joe. Kevin, thanks for tuning in. I'm so glad you tune in every morning to Benedict Joe. I feel like this entire Trump era, the American people have understandably had a really difficult time grasping the unimaginable. And I mean that, and I believe most Americans, because I know for a fact, if you and I were sitting down, I know for a fact, MAGA, my MAGA brothers and sisters who I love, my MAGA brothers and sisters who I'm your fellow citizen, man. I'm with you. Even our most hardcore MAGA brothers and sisters, I guarantee you 12, 15 years ago, you and I are sitting down having a beer. And if I told you 12, 15 years ago when you and I were sitting down having a beer and I told you a story about America and that there was going to be an election down the road here, an election for president here in America, and the candidate that lost that election refused to accept the loss and wouldn't concede. Man, 12, 15 years ago, if I told you that, even the most hardcore MAGA would look at me and say I'm crazy. Because most Americans couldn't imagine two people running for president in America. Somebody loses, somebody wins. The candidate that loses, even though they're pissed off, they're disappointed, they put their country first, they concede. That's what every losing candidate for president in America had done. You couldn't have imagined a candidate losing an election for president and not conceding. And then you certainly couldn't have imagined that losing candidate then committing crimes to try to overthrow that election. Now, you couldn't have imagined that. It's all hard to grasp. And when we talk about Trump now, back in the White House now, acting like a dictator now, getting ready to defy court orders now, I don't want that same lack of imagination to guide us, to hold us back from preparing for the worst. You couldn't have imagined 12, 13 years ago that the wealthiest guy on the planet, unelected, would be running shop right now in the executive branch. Like, I just don't think most Americans right now understand the threat that Elon Musk is. And I'm done, MAGA, I'm done playing the game. Done playing the game because I've been down that road with you so many times. Barack Obama wins and Barack Obama gives the keys to the White House to George Soros, and George Soros can do whatever he wants. And I know MAGA, I know MAGA, I know MAGA. You'd be bitching and moaning, but we're done with that game. Right now, though, the wealthiest guy on the planet, who owns the largest social media platform on the planet, is doing things that most Americans have no clue of. Most members of Congress do not know or understand what Elon Musk is doing. I mean, think about that. Stop in your tracks right now. Boop, boop. Stop in your tracks. Most members of Congress right now, Republican and Democrat, do not know what Elon Musk is doing. That should be that should be a 5-alarmer. That should be like red flags all over the place. We're not grasping. It's my biggest fear. We're not grasping the threat we're living in right now. Like yesterday, Elon Musk is in the White House. Elon Musk finally showed up at the White House. Keith, you got that picture? Here's Elon Musk and Donald Trump in the White House. And there's Elon's little boy. What a cutie. Elon Musk held court in the Oval Office yesterday, answered questions for about 30 minutes, took a few questions from the media. And we've got people like Joe Scarborough on MSNBC, Chris Cuomo on News Nation applauding Elon Musk. Transparency. Elon Musk, head of Doge. Elon Musk, right now the most powerful person on the planet. I'd argue that Elon Musk right now is the most powerful person on the planet, more powerful than Donald Trump. And there he was in the White House yesterday, answering a few questions for 30 minutes. And I've got people applauding him for doing this. I've got people actually applauding Elon Musk for showing up at the White House yesterday and answering a few questions. Again, just to provide the context, nobody knows what Elon Musk is doing right now. Elon Musk he's unelected. He has huge conflicts of interest when it comes to the government, when it comes to money he gets from the federal government, when it comes to where and how he's being investigated by the federal government. Huge conflicts of interest that nobody is addressing. And at the end of the day, Elon Musk has zero authority to cut any spending. But yet there he is in the White House yesterday answering questions about stuff that people have no idea about. And Cuomo and a lot of people in the media are applauding him for being transparent. In fact, they applauded him. I think I've got this clip, Keith. Elon Musk, you remember that lie from a couple weeks ago that Trump and Musk and all of MAGA spread? Do you remember that lie? The $50 million in condoms that Biden sent to Gaza? All a lie, all a lie, all a lie. Elon Musk was one of the biggest spreaders of that lie. And he was asked about that yesterday. Here's that clip. Play it, Keith.
Musk, you said on X that an example of the fraud that you have cited was $50 million of condoms was sent to Gaza. But after fact-check this, it apparently Gaza in Mozambique, and the program was to protect them against HIV. So can you correct the statements? It wasn't sent to Hamas, actually. It was sent to Mozambique, which makes sense why condoms was sent there. Yeah. And how can we make sure that all the statements that you said were correct, so we can trust what you say?
Well, first of all, some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be.
He lied. Okay, so now MAGA, everybody listening to me right now, there's Elon Musk admitting. By the way, Trump still won't admit it, but there's Elon Musk admitting that the $50 million in condoms to Gaza was a lie. Elon Musk, I don't get everything right. He went on to say, I don't bat 1,000%. I don't get everything right. Sometimes I'm incorrect, says Elon Musk. And people are applauding him for this. Excuse me. And guys, I know this is a big deal of mine. The truth. Because I think one of the biggest problems plaguing America right now is this instant, in a nanosecond, spread of disinformation and lies around the country and around the world. And fully half of America right now is utterly untethered to truth. But excuse me, I got people applauding Elon Musk, Chris Cuomo, Joe Scarborough, and others applauding Elon Musk for admitting, kind of like apologizing that, he doesn't get everything right. Like Cuomo said, when have you ever heard Donald Trump apologize? You're comparing Elon Musk to Trump? Hello? Stop for a moment. This is what we cannot do. Just as we cannot normalize Trump, we can never, ever normalize Trump and compare Donald Trump to any other politician. Every politician lies. Every politician fudges. Every politician hedges. Every politician spews bullshit. Joe Biden told a lot of lies, but nobody, no other politician is in Donald Trump's league when it comes to lies and dishonesty. We have to be honest about that. We cannot normalize Trump. He's more corrupt than any president we've had. He's more lawless than any president we've ever had. Stop with normalizing Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to do the same thing with Musk. We can't normalize who and what Elon Musk is. And just to address what he said here he is for 30 minutes in the White House yesterday, answering a few questions from the media, and he admits he doesn't get everything right. You compare that to Elon Musk every single day on his platform to his 220 million followers on Twitter. Elon Musk does nothing but lie and spread disinformation. Every day, endlessly, to his 220 million followers, Elon Musk lies and spreads disinformation. Dangerous disinformation every single day. He's tweeting hundreds of times a day. And you're telling me that one line in the White House, I don't get everything right, maybe something that a few thousand people saw, compared to the sewer of lies and disinformation that is Elon Musk's Twitter account? Don't see. I think part of the problem is we don't want to believe that this experiment can end. Maybe that's it, right? We don't want to believe. We just don't want to believe that our great experiment in democracy can end. We don't want to believe that Donald Trump is really a dictator. We don't want to believe that he's really given Elon Musk, an unelected oligarch, control of the White House and the executive branch. I understand the fear. We don't want to believe that our democracy can our constitutional republic can just tumble like this overnight. We don't want to believe it. So we try to normalize Trump. We try to say, okay, he's bad, but all politicians are bad, and to a degree they're all threats. And Elon Musk, He's not always honest, and he does lie sometimes. But Joe, man, look, everybody else is lying on social media. And don't worry, Joe, the courts will hold, and maybe Congress will get their act together and they'll figure out how to investigate Musk, and on and on and on. We're always looking for something to give us hope that our democracy can hold. And so part of what we do is downplay the threat. We don't want to believe the threat. So we cut Elon Musk some slack. The guy who has 220 million followers on his platform, the wealthiest guy on the planet, who lies hundreds of times every day, spreads disinformation every single day. We want to believe that it will be okay and he'll be controlled, because we can't imagine an unelected George Soros, Elon Musk, running things. We can't imagine that. Just last night, Elon Musk tweeted to his 220 million followers just last night that we have no independent judiciary in America. Elon Musk said that. We have no independent judiciary in America. What's the wealthiest guy on the planet doing right there? He's telling his 220 million followers that America's judiciary can't be trusted. He and Trump, our elections can't be trusted. Our Justice Department can't be trusted. Our FBI can't be trusted. Our military can't be trusted. Federal bureaucrats, civil servants can't be trusted. And now, because the courts are kind of like the only last stop that can stop Trump from exercising unrestrained powers, Elon Musk is telling his 220 million followers, even our judiciary can't be trusted. That's dangerous stuff. It's wrong. It's wrong. And by the way, MAGA, love you, MAGA. But if you believe our judiciary sucks, if you believe the deep state is running things, if you believe federal civil servants suck, if you believe our military sucks, if you on and on and on and on, then you believe America sucks. Maybe that's what it is, guys. Maybe Trump and Musk and MAGA, maybe they just believe America sucks. Shame on us for re-electing him, because Trump told us during the election that he thought America sucked. But no, do not normalize Elon Musk, just like you should never normalize Donald Trump. Our democracy, or for you, MAGA, this constitutional republic is hanging by a thread. And right now we've got a president in the White House who is doing his damnedest to have the powers of a king. And he's turned over much of what he's doing to an unelected, wealthiest guy on the planet. And right now, again, just so we're clear, nobody really knows what Elon Musk is doing. That should be a concern for everyone. Congress is gone. Congress has said they will look the other way and not do anything about what Elon Musk is doing. That should concern everyone. Elon Musk gets huge subsidies from the government. He has huge conflicts of interest that nobody is addressing. That should concern everyone. And at the end of the day, Elon Musk has no authority, none, to actually cut government spending. And yet they're firing people. They're freezing funding. They're decimating federal agencies. They're doing things he and Trump don't have the authority to do. That should concern everyone. Close with this. Donald Trump's the most dishonest person on the planet. I'll go to my grave with that. Elon Musk is number 2 on that list. Do not normalize him. Do not normalize him. And by the way, on every show, right? Everybody watching, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? We talk about and scream about things that we can do. Those of us who believe in our bones, this thing is fragile. This democracy is fragile. Here's one thing you can do today. Do it. It'll take you 4 or 5 minutes. Call your member of Congress. Call your United States Senator. Tell them to do their job. Call for hearings. Demand Elon Musk comes in under oath and answers questions about what he's doing. Answers questions about his conflicts of interest. Answers questions about Doge. Simple request. That's a simple to do, America. You're looking for something you can do? Here's one thing you can do. 2 quick phone calls or 2 quick emails to your member of the House and your United States Senator. Excuse me, respectfully, do your job, Congress. It's your job to provide oversight over the executive branch. Call a hearing. Haul Elon Musk in front of you under oath. Ask him questions. There's great confusion. There's great fear out here. The people, through the People's House, Congress, has an obligation, a right to demand that Elon Musk answer questions. What are you doing? What exactly are you doing? That's your to-do today. That's what every American can do. Call your member of the House, call your United States Senator, demand that they call hearings and put Elon Musk under oath. Look, one other point today, and I'm getting in. I'm hearing this. Hey, Jim McDowell, you're so confused. As long as I'm not boring, Jim, I'm glad you're listening to me. I don't mind if I sound confusing as long as I'm not boring. I'm engaging in this debate every single day with thousands of Trump supporters. By the way, pat me on the back. By the way, when you're done, give me a kiss and a hug. Give me some love, because I'm doing this dirty work. I engage with Trump supporters every single day. I've been doing it for 6 years, ever since I came out against Trump. It's part of my job, my responsibility, my penance to engage with Trump supporters and try to reach them with truth, try to get them to understand they've lost their way and to be their better selves. But I'm engaged right now in this kind of back and forth with Trump supporters like Joe. They tell me, I don't understand. Trump won. He's doing what he said he was going to do. He's got a mandate. Like, why is that authoritarian, Joe? I get this over and over and over from Trump supporters. Keith, put up that one example of that one tweet response I got. So this is what I got. Like, I called what Trump is doing right now authoritarianism. So this is typical of the thousands of responses I get every day. Keel or Kyle, I'll call him Keel, sent me a message. Hey, Joe, Trump said what he was going to do. People voted for him. He won everything, the House, the Senate. That gives him a mandate. So, Joe, which part is authoritarian exactly? MAGA, upset with me labeling what Trump is doing authoritarian. And I respond like this. Keel, I agree. Trump won. He won everything. Donald Trump as the new president, Keel, he's got an absolute right to try to push his agenda. Trump as the new president, he's got an absolute right to try to do everything he said he was going to do. Absolutely, Keel. I'm not questioning that. But he has to do it constitutionally and lawfully. That's all. Right? This is the first impasse I run into all the time with MAGA. I agree with you, Trump won. And as a new president, man, absolutely. Every president who wins, they got an agenda. They think they got a mandate. Go, dog, go. Do what you can do. I agree with all of that, Keel. I agree with all of that, MAGA. But a president can only do all of that, can only do what he wants to do, or do what he said he was going to do if he does it constitutionally, lawfully. We're a nation of laws, right? We have a constitution, the law of the land, right? And I want to be honest, this should be like where even all of MAGA and me still agree. But I'm here to tell you, America, MAGA doesn't agree with that. In fact, I'd say there's most of MAGA that believes, fuck it. Trump should be able to do whatever he wants. Constitution be damned, the law be damned. But when I talk about authoritarianism, that's what I mean. When a president tries to do things that defy the Constitution and are against the law, that is the act, those are the actions of a king, a dictator, an authoritarian. That's what I mean, MAGA, by authoritarianism. And then often I'll get this kind of response. So Keel got back to me. Keith, put that other response of his up there. So I went back and forth with Keel, as I do with hundreds of MAGA folk every day. And his response to me that a president's got to follow the Constitution and follow the law to do what he wants to do. His response to me was, but how did he break the Constitution? How is he doing this unlawfully? Can anyone answer that? And this is the greatest question. How do we know what Trump is doing is unconstitutional? How do we know that what Trump might be doing is against the law? Can anyone answer that? MAGA asks me every single day. And my answer to that is, Keel, you don't have the answer to that. I don't have the answer to that. Elon Musk doesn't have the answer to that. J.D. Vance doesn't have the answer to that. Anybody watching MSNBC every night doesn't have the answer to that. Everybody watching Fox News every night doesn't have the answer to that. Everybody listening to me, nobody listening to me right now has the answer to that. You know, the beauty of our system, the beauty of our Constitution, Keel and MAGA, the beauty of this thing called separation of powers and checks and balances is the judiciary. Only the judiciary has the answer to that. Our judges and our courts, that branch of government, only they have the answer to what anything Obama might have done that was unconstitutional, and anything that Trump is currently doing that might be unconstitutional. Our founders, Keel, our Constitution gave the responsibility to the judiciary, to that branch, to interpret and determine whether what a president does is constitutional or not, lawful or not. Do you get that? MAGA, do you get that? And do you understand why that's really important and that's the way it should be? I can scream right to the moon every night that what Trump is doing is all unconstitutional. That's not my call. That's not my answer. That's just my opinion. This is what we have courts for, judges for, and ultimately the Supreme Court for. And they will rule, and they will interpret, and they will determine on everything that Trump's been doing, because most of what Trump has been doing has been taken to court. That's a natural check on Trump's power. And when a court rules, Keel and MAGA, Trump has recourses. Trump can appeal a ruling. Trump can rewrite an executive order. Trump can pass a law. He can go to Congress and get a law passed. There are things a president can do, all within this beautiful system of separation of powers that our founders gave us. Because you know why, MAGA and Keel? Because our founders so feared a king. So go ahead and applaud what Trump is doing. But if you want to applaud America at work, got to be consistent. Go ahead and applaud because you love Trump trying to do whatever he can do. But if you're an American and you believe in the Constitution and you believe in separation of powers, then damn it, you got to applaud the people taking Trump to court, exercising their rights, and you got to applaud the judiciary weighing in, exercising their responsibility. You got to applaud it all if you're an American. But if you're only applauding what Trump is doing and you say, screw the courts, if you're Elon Musk and say, we no longer have an independent judiciary in this country, ignore them. J.D. Vance, ignore the courts. Let the president do whatever he wants. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, the courts should let Trump do what he wants. That's not an American attitude. That's an un-American attitude. You're not accepting then all of America. You're not accepting our Constitution. You got to accept it all, or as I said yesterday, fuck it and just say you want a king. Or accept it all. Last quick point. Elections have consequences. This was the new Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, I think in Brussels earlier this morning. Play that clip, Keith.
The United States does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a negotiated settlement. Instead, any security guarantee must be backed by capable European and non-European troops. If these troops are deployed as peacekeepers to Ukraine at any point, they should be deployed as part of a non-NATO mission, and they should not be covered under Article 5. There also must be robust international oversight of the line of contact. To be clear, as part of any security guarantee, there will not be.
Thanks, Keith. Elections have consequences. Forget about Hegseth. Hegseth is just doing what Trump told him to do. That was Pete Hegseth this morning telling Ukraine, fuck it, you'll never get into NATO. NATO's off the table. That great defensive alliance, maybe the world's greatest defensive alliance of freedom-loving countries against tyrannical regimes, Donald Trump telling Ukraine it's off the table. You will never be in NATO. Doing exactly what Putin wants Trump to do. Elections have consequences, America. And we knowingly, I apologize to our Ukrainian brothers and sisters who've been fighting this fight now for 3+ years, and America has been by your side, and the free world has been by your side, and America has led a worldwide coalition to be by your side and to boycott and to give the middle finger and a stiff backhand to Putin and Russia. We've held firm. You've held firm, Ukraine. I'm sorry to tell you, Ukraine, but we all knew this day was coming because Donald Trump said if he was elected, he would be with Putin and he would not be with Ukraine. Period. Elections have consequences. The President of the United States stands firmly with Vladimir Putin. Not at all a surprise. In fact, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, works for Putin. He's Putin's puppet. But elections have consequences. And because America elected Donald Trump, Ukraine's going to pay a price. The people of Ukraine are going to pay a big price. to just say no. No, Ukraine, you can't be in NATO. NATO, by the way, again, MAGA, last point I'll make this morning. NATO, really, really good. It's a good thing. A defensive alliance against tyranny. It's a good thing. NATO, good. Putin, bad. Ukraine wants to be part of us. Wants to be part of that freedom-loving alliance. Ukraine wants to be with America and France and the UK and Finland, wants to be part of all these freedom-loving countries because Putin's bad. Trump says, no, Ukraine, you can't be because I work for Putin. Well done, America. Well done. And I'm sorry, Ukraine. I'm sorry. Joe Walsh, whiteflag@gmail.com. That's my email. It's all one word, Joe Walsh, white flag. If you want to shoot me an email about anything, Joe Walsh, whiteflag@gmail.com. By the way, latest episode, my latest Substack is out. Check it out. My Substack is The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Tomorrow, in tomorrow's Substack, I'm doing a deep dive on Elon Musk that you'll want to check out. If you're on Substack, please subscribe to my Substack, Social Contract with Joe Walsh. If you like the things I say every day, you'll like the stuff I write a couple times a week. And we're doing a big dive on Elon Musk coming out tomorrow, Thursday. Substack, Social Contract with Joe Walsh. No kings, everybody. We have no kings in America. Thanks for listening. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with